Button pressed. Hi, everybody. Doing tonight. We're gonna crochet some snowballs together. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes, let some people pop on. Hi, everybody. I'm Ronnie. I work with Maggie and Lauren to bring you crochet projects and videos. And tonight we're going to be doing a live on making some snowballs, indoor snowballs. I'm going to be using stash yarn again, and the yarn that I'm using is loops and threads. I'm using speckled white. You can use any color that you want, actually. You can use white, you can use gray, you can use black. You can make a couple sets in different colors if you have kids. That way they can have a snowball fight and you will know whose snowballs are who, which is wonderful. And we need a couple things. You're definitely going to need some fiber fill. You're going to also want a stitch marker, which I'm grabbing right here. You can also use Bernat blanket yarn for these snowballs. You could also make them in acrylic, but I don't think they turn out as nice with acrylic. But you can make them with any yarn that you have and any colors that you want. That's the glory of crocheting, because you can do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. And also I am using a 7mm crochet hook. I'm using my clover hooks that I absolutely love. And we're going to make some snowballs together. Remember, you do need some fiber fill for this. And it's fun. And we're going to answer any questions that you might have for crocheting. It does not have to be about making snowballs. It can be about anything that you want to ask about crocheting. If there's something that you're struggling with, if there's a pattern that you're following that you're struggling with, if we're able to help you, then we'll help you. Understanding what a stitch is, understanding how to make magic rings, or they're called magic circles. Anyway, we can help you. That's what we're on here for every Thursday night. And let's get started. Like I said, I'm using my loops and threads yarn. This is the speckled Fluffy Flex. This color is just white. But like I said, you can use Bernat blanket yarn. You can use any color that you want. And you can also use, if you don't have a 7mm, you can use an 8mm crochet hook, but I wouldn't recommend going any bigger than that. Hi, Maggie. All right. We're going to start with a magic ring. Like I said, we're going to make a couple of these because these work up pretty fast. We'd like to be on here, I don't know, about an hour. So you can pop on, you can talk to us. Huh, that's strange. Anyway, you can pop on, watch. These shouldn't take that long to make. And we're going to do this. Oh, and this yarn, the one thing, when you pull it, it can snap real easy. So when you're closing your magic ring, be very careful on how hard you pull it, because it can snap. All right, so we're going to do our magic circle. And we're going to chain one with our magic ring. Now, working with this yarn can be really, really difficult. And I just thought about that. I was thinking maybe if I have a bigger, you know what, I'm going to use a bigger hook just because I want you to be able to see my stitches a little better. So I am actually going to go up to an 8mm. All right. So in your ring, you want to put in 8 single crochets. Now I'm going to do my second single crochet here. And before I go any further, I am going to definitely mark my first stitch. That way we can find it. All right, so we did 2. And we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now for this, we're going to be working in the rounds. And working in the rounds means you don't slip stitch to your first stitch. You just keep going around and around. And that way you cannot see your seam, and that's really nice. So now we have 8 single crochets in here. Welcome everybody. We are making snowballs for the children to play with inside the house or in your playroom or wherever you want them to play. Anyway, so we have 8 single crochets. Now we're going to do our second round, and we're going to put 2 single crochets in every single stitch. That's going to take us to 16 single crochets. So taking my stitch marker out, and I pinched where my first stitch was. And as you can see, this yarn is not the easiest to work with. Just take your time. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in that first stitch. And I'm going to mark Yep, I took it out because I couldn't tell. When you're not sure, you're always take it out and fix it. All right, so that's 2. So we're going to go all the way around. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We're on here. We can answer any crochet questions you have, anything you want to talk to us about, any projects that you're working on. We would love you to share. We would love to hear about it. So now you have 16 single crochets. All right, now I just pulled my center tight. Now we're going to put 1 single crochet in our first stitch. And then you're going to put in 2 single crochets in the second stitch. So we're doing 1 more round of increasing. So this will take you to 24 stitches. So again, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 2 in the next. So we're going to just keep doing that. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hello, everybody. 17, 18. We are making snowballs. And why don't you say hello? Say hello on here. Tell us what you're making. 19, 20, 21, 22, and 2 in the last, and you will have 24 stitches. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Oh, the Northern Lights, Maggie. Did you get to see them? I fell asleep too early, but I saw lots of pictures. Pictures that I saw were beautiful. When I went to Alaska, we saw them, and there's nothing like seeing them in person. So now you have 24 stitches. Isn't this speckled yarn just so pretty? So now you want to do 3 rounds of just matching stitch for stitch. So it's an equal, you're going to do 3 rounds of 24 stitches. I heard some areas are already getting heavy snow. Or do you live in an area where you got some snow? I actually heard Chicago was getting snow. I love Chicago. Okay, so I'm going to count. We want to do 24 stitches around 3 times. So that's 2, 3, 4. Everybody's quiet tonight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I love the snow. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's hard for me to talk and count. I apologize. 18, 19, 20, 21. Hello, everybody. Welcome. 22. We are making snowballs. How are you doing tonight? Why don't you pop on and say hi so I can see who's on? We would love to hear from you. So that's 1 round of matching stitch for stitch. And if you guys have a chance, can you please hit that subscribe button to our YouTube channel? That would be so helpful. And you're also welcome to come over and join us on Facebook. We would love to have you there. That's a great idea. Pollyanna gifts. I like that. These can work up really fast. And what's nice is you can use any blanket yarn because you can make them in different colors. That way, you know, if there's multiple children, they know which ones are theirs. And like if you use this speckled yarn, it makes it really nice. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ronnie, and Maggie's on here, and we're making snowballs too. Why don't you say hello to us? We would love to hear from you on here. 4. Does anybody normally work with blanket yarn? Do you enjoy it? 10. Hello, everybody. 10, 11, 12. People getting ready for holidays already. 10, 16, 17, 19, and 20. So let me do 4 more, then we just have 1 more round, and then we're gonna start decreasing. These snowballs, once you get going with them, they can be made up really fast. And if you want to go down a hook size, they will be a little smaller, which is fine. You don't use blanket yarn much. When I first started using blanket yarn, Maggie, and I still do, I struggle with seeing the stitches, especially in the very beginning. I think that's very hard on some people. You're going to North Carolina. I am staying home. We're actually celebrating Thanksgiving on Friday. Everybody's schedule's crazy. My son is going to the Poconos on Thanksgiving to see a friend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, everybody. How are you tonight? 9 and 10. Look at how pretty this yarn is. I think I'm addicted to this speckled yarn, Maggie. 11, 12, 13, 14. Are you going to still help cook, Maggie? 19, 20. Now these are just snowballs, so if you miss a stitch or you're under a stitch, don't stress about it. It's not a big deal. This is not a pattern where you have to stress about the exact count. I've gotten very lucky with my counts tonight. All right, so that is 3 rounds of matching stitch for stitch for the snowball. I'm already in love and it's only a little over halfway done. So now the next row. I'm Ronnie with Whip and Chain. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Why don't you pop on and say hello so we can say hello to everybody. I am Ronnie and Maggie's on here and we're making snowballs tonight. And if you have any crochet questions, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to try to answer them. And if you could hit that subscribe button to help us keep being able to do this, we'd really appreciate it. So now we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and I'm going to mark it. Well, hi, thank you. How are you, Monica? So happy to see you. Appreciate you joining us. We're making snowballs. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well. Did you get snow where you're at? All right, so 1 single crochet. The next stitch will be a decrease. a decrease is you go into the first stitch, you grab some yarn and bring it through. Then you go into the next stitch, right next to it, grab some yarn, bring it through, you wrap, and you go through all of them. That is a decrease. You're in Florida. I think I had a client say something to me today about, oh, I'm going to mess this up, or is it iguanas that are falling from the trees because you're getting some cooler temperatures? Am I saying that right, or am I messing that up? Okay, so we did a decrease. So the next stitch, you do 1 single crochet. Then again in the next stitch, we do 1 and 1 and a decrease. Then you do a single crochet in the next stitch. Then you do a decrease in the next. 1 single crochet in the next. That really does happen? Oh my gosh. Now when they fall out of trees, are they just cold? Is that what's going on? So we did a single crochet, then a decrease. And what, when they fall out, do they just crawl to another place, or I don't know. I'm just curious. So then 1 single crochet in the next. Then again, decrease in the next. I'm going to take my tail and just pop it in the center so it stays out of my way. Just did a decrease, then single crochet. You put them somewhere warmer. Okay, that makes sense. Then another decrease. And another single crochet. And a decrease. Then a single crochet. Oh, that happens later in the winter? Okay. And then you should end on a decrease. So here is our snowball so far. Look at it already. And they're nice size. I have small hands. They're like great size. All right. So now we went back down to 16 stitches. Okay. If anybody's new, welcome. I'm Ronnie. Thank you for joining us, and Maggie's on here. And we would love to hear from you. Why don't you say hello? And also, if you have a chance, can you hit that subscribe button? It would help us out a ton. All right. So now we're going to be doing decreases again. We're going to be doing decreases all the way around. So we have 16 stitches. So we should be doing 8 decreases. Apologize for my hands cracking. My hands are in water all the time. This weather's killing me. So I'm going to do a few decreases first, but I'm not going to finish all the way around because we want to add some fiber fill before this gets too tight for you. So let me see. I think I'm going to do one more. No, actually. I think I can go all the way around, and then we can add our fiber fill. If your whole opening here is getting a little too tight for your comfort, Hello, we're making snowballs. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so we should have about 8 stitches around, and here's our snowball. So we're going to add, remember I tucked in my tail in the middle here, so it's already in there. So we're going to add our fiber fill, and you can make these, you can fill them loose, you can fill them a little tighter. If the kids are going to really be throwing them around, I wouldn't make them super hard for obvious reasons. Look at how cute that is, guys. So if anybody that's on here, if you have any crochet questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to try to help you out with them. Yeah, we have time to do another one, so stick around. I can show you how to start them. Once you get rolling on these can go really fast. Like you can sit and just make a batch of them. Look at that. All right, so now I'm going to take out my stitch marker here. And now all we want to do is go around and put one more single crochet in every stitch. So it's 8 single crochets. So I'm just going to count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after you do your 8 single crochets, you can cut, leave a little bit of a tail. It doesn't have to be ridiculously long, but long enough. Here is my favorite darning needle. So once you, oh, I forgot to even pull my yarn through. So pull your yarn straight through, then thread your needle. That would be helpful, huh? Who on here remembers the heat and freeze miser? Is anybody old enough where they remember them? So I'm going to weave through my stitches just back and forth. Okay, once you go all the way around, look how quickly that closes. Isn't that amazing? That is a simple, simple trick. And then you can just go through a couple times to lose your yarn. And then you just go down, find a gap. There we go. Just come out a side. Hi, Maggie. And then all you have to do and then you can squish it around. And look, we got a snowball. If my son wasn't sleeping, I'd go throw it at him right now. Look at that. So let's make one more together, okay? Thank you, everybody. I'm Ronnie. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate it. Why don't you say hello? Tell us who's on here. Tell us how long you've been crocheting. Let us know if you saw the Northern Lights the other day. Let me know where you're at if you got some snow. I love snow. I think Maggie's on the other end of the spectrum, but I love it. So let's make one more snowball together, guys. I'm pulling out, for anybody that's new, the yarn that I'm using is Loops and Threads. This is Fluffy Flex, and it's white. But you can use any blanket yarn that you want. And we are using an 8mm crochet hook. Okay, we are starting with a magic ring. And after you start your magic ring, you put in 8 single crochets. While everybody's on here, if you have a chance, would you kindly hit that subscribe button? We greatly appreciate it. So, and thank you for all the hearts, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. You must have fallen. Okay, so I did my second single crochet. I'm going to grab my stitch marker back up and mark my first stitch. All right, so that's 2. We're going to put in 6 more single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to pull Beware on how hard you pull this. This blanket yarn can definitely snap easy, so just be careful of that. So now we have 8 single crochets. Now we're going to double our count, which means we're going to put 2 single crochets in every stitch. They are kind of cool, aren't they? Love them. They are fun, and it's something that, like, when you go to Christmas parties and all, sometimes you know how the kids can get bored and all. You can make a big bag of these and bring them with you. Let the kids have some fun. It's better than sitting and watching them live on their phones and all. Enjoy some, you know, socialization time. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for popping on. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this round should take you to 16 single crochets. Like I said, I'm a slow crocheter. So someone that's a fast crocheter, my goodness, you could pop these, a batch of these out really, really fast. And one snowball does not take a lot of yarn at all. So we're going to do one more row of increasing. So the first stitch, 1 single crochet. I'm going to put my stitch marker back in there. So the next stitch, we're going to do an increase. So we're going to put in 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We're going to do that again. 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. And do that all the way around. 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Welcome everybody. 20, 21. And at the end of this row, you should have 24, 22, 23, and 24. That's what we got right now. So now we're going to do 3 rows of matching stitch for stitch. So you're going to stay at your 24 count. And we're just going to match, I call it matching stitch for stitch. Hello, welcome, welcome. Maggie and myself, I'm Ronnie. We're here to make some snowballs with you tonight, too. Four. 6. 10. Everybody's quiet tonight. 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for saying hello. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. All right. So we have to do 2 more rows of matching stitch for stitch. One. Hello. Well, thank you for subscribing. We really, really appreciate it. It helps us to keep being able to bring you more tutorials, and we are on every Thursday night. So if there's something that you might want to see on a Thursday night, instead of Maggie and I picking it, let us know. We will see what we can do to help you with that. So that's 2. Let's get around here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. How long have you been crocheting? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 15 years. That's wonderful. 20 years. Wow. We had a request on our YouTube channel for a peppermint swirl hat. I'm going to be working on that this weekend. I'm excited about it. I get excited when people request things because it lets me know that there's something that isn't out there for them and I can make it and I can bring happiness to somebody. It's wonderful. So we need one more round. We have beanie, we have tutorials on hats, and actually I just did another tutorial. The whole hat is slip stitching. That should probably be being posted when Maggie has time, probably over the next week or 2 weeks or whenever, Maggie handles all that. But I'm also fixating on hats this year too. I'm not sure why. Hats and scarves. It's crazy. All right, one more round of 24. But the hat that I made, that's all slip stitch, that hat is so thick. Like, it is like the perfect design for like that extreme cold weather. It's crazy. It's really thick and it's warm and it's fully adjustable. Like if it's too small, you can keep adding panels to it. When you watch the video, you'll understand what I mean with the panels, but it's crazy. All right, so that's 2, 3, 4. What color was it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is fun. It is fun to watch. 13, 14. Thank you for all the hearts. 15. It means so much. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So now, hi, thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. I just want to remind everybody on here, if you have the time and you want to, can you please hit that subscribe button And Maggie and I also want to thank you for the hearts that you're sending. I love it. You're very new to crocheting. That's wonderful. We have a lot of very beginner-friendly tutorials. A lot. We have over what is it, Maggie? 570 crochet tutorials. So anyway, now we're going to do decreasing. So the first stitch, put in 1 single crochet. Now remember, this is a snowball, so if you're off a stitch, don't stress about it. It's really okay. So then the next one, we're going to do a decrease, joining 2 stitches together. So then we're going to do another regular single crochet. Then we're going to do a decrease. Another single crochet. We also have a Facebook page. We would love you to come over and join it. 1 single crochet. And then decrease. What would you think that you would enjoy making? Yep, I have a few tutorials. I don't have a ton, but I am slowly getting into it more and more. And you know what I found out? Attaching limbs for amigurumi, there's not a lot of videos on teaching that. And I do have a video on there on how to do that. And then another decrease. 1 single crochet. Oh, good. Thank you. We appreciate that very much. With this blanket yarn, a lot of times I find myself feeling the stitches instead of actually seeing them. And I definitely skipped a stitch somewhere, but that's really okay. I have 1 stitch left. I'm gonna throw 1 single crochet in there. Like I said, this is something that you don't stress about. It's a snowball. So now we can get rid of our stitch marker. We're going to do 8 decreases. Okay, so let's count them. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. It is pretty, isn't it? 5. 6. 7. And 8. And I'm going to pull up a big loop just because I don't want my loop to get lost. So I'm going to tuck in. I'm just grabbing a drink of water, guys. If you're struggling with magic rings, you can do chain starts. You can, like, depending on how many stitches you're going to put in the chain, but a lot of times you can start a project with a chain of 3, and then you just slip stitch to your first stitch and chain 1, and then you have a ring, and that ring you can still tighten close. So if you don't want to make a magic ring, or if the wool keeps catching and you can't close it, you can absolutely do that. Oh, good. Go get some yarn. Welcome. Guys, thank you for joining. I'm glad everybody's starting to chat now. We appreciate that. And if you have a chance, please hit that subscribe button. We're on here every Thursday night. And if there's something special maybe you want to see next week, please join our Facebook group and let us know if there's something you want to see. We try to keep it to smaller projects, but I'm game for about anything crochet on here. If there's something you want to learn, if you want to understand basic stitches, if you want a Thursday night where it's just completely beginner friendly, learning single crochet, half doubles and doubles and starting chains, I'll do whatever you're interested in. We want you to be successful. So I am just filling my snowball. And like I said, these don't have to be overfilled. Now washing these though, guys, I would always follow the instructions on the yarn, but these, because they're filled with fiber fill, me personally, after they're washed, I would put them somewhere where they could air dry. So there is my snowball. So now I'm just going to go around one more time, eight stitches, just a single crochet in each stitch. I never realized how many people, I thought it was me, just love watching someone crochet too. I thought it was me. Do you think you can make a small amigurumi cat? I love cats. I actually have a tutorial on a finger cat. Maggie, I don't know, can you tag our videos in this? Or Sailor Moon, if you come join our Facebook group, either Maggie or me, we can attach that. We can attach that video if you say hi on there. Be more than happy to attach that video. That cat, it's a finger puppet cat, amigurumi. It is adorable. It is absolutely, and it is my design. I'm very proud of that one. You don't have Facebook currently? Maggie, any suggestions how we can get that video to him, or her, Sailor Moon, so they can find it? Any thoughts? I'm not sure. Maggie is a little more computer literate than I am. So we are going to put in one single crochet in every stitch. This is the last round. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate it. This is the last round of the snowball. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me finish this round and I'll read your comment. 5, 6. Okay, I apologize. I never know from the names. Please accept my apology. And thank you. So the cat, Maggie said, you join our the YouTube channel. It's Whip and Chain. And I forget the name of it. It's a finger puppet cat, I think. Maggie, is it like finger puppet cat? I think that's what it is. Thank you. I am 55 years old, and I've been crocheting since I've been about 7 years old. My mom taught me the basics when I was very young, but the rest of me was self-taught, trying things, failing on a lot, and then just started being very successful at making things, and I enjoy it. Thank you for saying I'm good. I really appreciate it. I work hard on this channel. Maggie works extremely hard on this channel, And we love this. Finger puppet cat crochet. There we go. So Sailor Moon, it's a finger puppet cat crochet. And I also can help with changing colors. Like, are you changing colors with like blankets? Or is it just like when one skein ends and you need to add another one? Like, what are you looking for, just so I know how to help you? Now we're going to weave in and out of the stitches. And make sure you go all the way around. So Sailor, would you like next Thursday's tutorial to be all basic things? Like changing colors, how to add a new skein of yarn, and different stuff like that? Oh no, don't end up in tears. Everything, when something struggles, all right, we can, Maggie, we'll do next week on changing colors and all basic stitches. Don't get upset and don't cry, because you know what? What I've learned, when something's really hard and then you finally figure it out, you will always remember it. And then, you know, it's a learning process. You should see how many times I've crocheted things and then I ended up having, it's called frogging, ripping it out. And then I would play what's called yarn chicken. I'm trying to finish a project and I don't want to put on a whole new skein of yarn, and then, or I don't have another skein for it, and then it, oh my goodness, and I run out of yarn. So then you just pull it tight, and then we're gonna lose our yarn. That's good. That's a great start. Single crochet. And there's also slip stitching. There's also how to turn properly to keep your edges straight on your projects. I'll be more than happy to do that next Thursday. We can go over any questions that anybody on here has, and we can help you be successful. And if you have a project, but if you're very new, amigurumi is very hard for new, very early stages people. But if you do the simpler projects, you can definitely do it. You just need a little patience and time. So I am just losing my tail now. Well, I appreciate the suggestion, because now we already know what we're doing next week for our live. I love that. It will get better. Maggie, wasn't it the corner to corner that you enjoyed when you first started crocheting? I think that's what you told me, or am I wrong? Sailor, corner to corner is something that you can make scarves and blankets and lap blankets. You can make a lot of things out of what's called corner to corner crochet. Have you ever heard of that? Well, the nice thing with amigurumi, if you start with that, once you master it, it's crazy cool. Like, your world completely opens. Like, you can do anything. You want to see something really cute that we did a video on? I have it here on my light. Look at this little snake. It just wraps around, and you can wrap it on anything. And this is very easy. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I'm getting off topic. So here's our snowballs. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. And like I said, these work up really, really fast. And the kids, or even the adults, can have a lot of fun with these. Appreciate it. I am so excited that people started chatting with us and helping us. And guys, if you could, please hit that subscribe button and come over to our Facebook. If you have Facebook, and join our Facebook group. And we're trying to work hard on a TikTok. If you're on TikTok, please come find us under Whip and Chain on TikTok and hit that follow button. And you ran out of yarn on your scarf. Now, are you going to go buy new color? Or are you going to add a different color? You don't buy the same yarn, or you're going to add a different color? I would love to know that, because sometimes my whole spare room, we have a 4-bedroom home here, and the 4th bedroom is my yarn room, and I think it's like 3/4 of the way filled with yarn. My yarn, obviously, before we started the Whip and Chain channel, and then, buying things for projects and all. So I am on a mission of not buying yarn unless I have absolutely no choice. I am trying to do stash busting projects. Like this yarn was from the fidget caterpillar that we did quite a while ago. Do I know what a good size hook is? I have a 5mm right now, but would like more and need suggestions. The basic hooks that I would always suggest to people is a 4.5, a 5, a 5.5, and a 6. Those crochet hooks, you can't go wrong. But if you're going to be doing a lot of amigurumi, I think a lot of amigurumi can work with also 3s and 4s. But starting off at the 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6 is a really good start. It's 8-year-old yarn. I had to search for it on eBay, luckily. Oh, wow, that's awesome that you found it. Maggie's right. The yarn that you buy will also suggest crochet hooks. But I wouldn't buy too many at once. Like, buy some, like, I'll show you an example. I have very small hands, and you saw the crochet hook I used tonight. Did you notice my hand was up here? Look at all this. I like clover hooks personally, and I'll pull one out. Here's my clover hooks. This is a 5mm one. I like these because they fit in my hand and they have the grip here. That helps big time. But some people like, these. There's all different kinds. So when there's the full, I don't have too many of the full. There's also plastic ones. There's just the aluminum ones. There's these. There's all different kinds of hooks. So my suggestion to you would just take your time. Don't buy too many of the same one until you find what hook works for you. Can I show a skein? Yep, let me get up and get a skein of yarn here. Hold on. All right. Here is a skein of yarn. Now this is just Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. This is the thickness of it is a 4. Right here. Here's a 4. It'll tell you right on here the yarn thickness. 4 is considered medium. And then it'll give you all your washing instructions. And then right here, it says use a 5mm for knitting needles. Use a 5.5mm for crochet hooks. But I wanted you to know this is just a suggestion. There are some stitches out there. The Jasmine Star is a prime example of a stitch that you want to go up one crochet hook size because the stitches are so thick. Yarn Bee is good. I love Hobby Lobby. Also, this yarn, if you ever worked with this yarn, This yarn is soft, and I mean, you don't have to do the sparkle yarn. I just grabbed what was close to me right now. This yarn crochets up really nice. And yes, you can ask Maggie, Hobby Lobby. I'm glad Hobby Lobby is not right down the road from me. Otherwise, I'd be in a lot of trouble. But Yarn Bee is amazing. There's also, we did some tutorials on scrubbies. I did a live, I think it was Saturday, Maggie, wasn't it? We made a scrubby together. There's so many different things you can do. Yeah, and Hobby Lobby's yarn, guys, is on sale every other week, 30% off. So if you go, try to catch it on the weeks that it's on sale. And if you're also starting out, stitch markers it can be your best friend. And you don't have to buy stitch markers. A piece of yarn can be your mark on a project. You have to read Hobby Lobbies near you within 20 minutes. I'd be in so much trouble. Maggie knows. I love Hobby Lobby. Like, love Hobby Lobby. Yeah. They sell everything that a crocheter would love. Does love me. Any other questions before we let you guys go? This turned out to be a wonderful night. And again, guys, please hit that subscribe button and please join our Facebook group. I had a Joann's like 10 minutes away until they closed. Yeah, but did you hear? Michael's is taking a lot, or it's already displaying their, they bought a lot of their yarn. So if you like Joann's yarn, a lot of it is at Michael's now. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. So will we see you next Thursday? Because we're going to dedicate Thursday to all beginning stuff for you to learn. Well, thank you, guys. We were on over an hour tonight. I really, really appreciate. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you. We will post what time we'll be on. Anyway, thank you, guys. We really appreciate coming on here. Thank you for all the love that you've given us. And again, come find us on Facebook and TikTok, and please hit that subscribe button. What are the 20 mm hook shoes for? They must be huge. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've seen one that big. Maggie, have you? Chunky blankets? Wow. Now I'm going to have to go search them just out of sheer curiosity. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, come join us on Facebook. Thank you. Maggie and I want to say goodnight, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.